Hello Columbia Mo, this is Dennis McKay with Mobile Fitness Solutions and Beachbody Coach, and what I wanted to do now is show you a little bit about how I do food prep. I don't cook one meal at a time or prepare one meal at a time. What I do is usually prepare something that I can put in the refrigerator or put in the freezer if I have leftovers to use for next week. Right now, what I'm going to do is wash out my bowl from the oatmeal with protein powder and blueberries and sliced almonds that I had this morning after my workout. I'm going to wash out that bowl real quick, and then I am going to prepare some rice. I just got finished. I was doing some work and I found a few spare minutes to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rice here. I have the rice in this little bowl, and I have a pot. And also I need another bowl because what you have to do, or what you should do, is wash the rice before you cook it. Now, I've got a pair of scissors here. I'll cut this bag open. A small bag. Have it ready, because I've already got some rice left over from the last time I cooked. Let's see here. I know you probably think, rice, that's easy, right? It is. And it doesn't really take that long. So what my plan is to get this started, and after that maybe wash some yellow squash that I'm going to need for tomorrow, because after today I'll be out of yellow squash that's already been prepared. So I'm going to put this 1 cup of rice in this bowl here, and I'm going to put that back. And according to the directions, if you're using 1 cup of rice, you should use about 2 to 2.5 cups of water. So I am going to actually just use 2 cups. There's 1. In the pot, and 2 in the pot. Now I'm going to get this started boiling. That's going to be boiling while I am washing the rice. Now, I have a little bit of an obsessive compulsive disorder, I think. Usually when I wash rice or clean my fruits and vegetables, I count to 12 and then an additional 5. I don't know, that's what goes on in my mind, but anyway, so I'll take this rice and water and just sort of massage it. So okay, now you can maybe see that water looks a little dirty, and it is a little bit. That's why we wash it. So that's once. I'm going to put a little more water in here. Wash it again. Now let's take a look at this water. It's a little less dirty, right? And what's recommended, what I've heard anyway, is that you don't need to wash rice more than twice, but I like to give it a third wash, or half of a wash. Okay. Now, this water is a lot cleaner. I think you can see it, maybe. Okay, I'm going to pour all of this water out. As much as I can, anyway. So this will be all ready to go when the water starts boiling over on the stove. Yeah, you get those little rice flakes on your fingers sometimes, but that's okay. It happens. Alright. Now, next, let's check the water. It's not quite boiling yet, but our rice is ready. Now, I think since you've got this spare time, you're going to stand around and wait for the water to boil. You're going to stand around and wait for the rice to cook? No. As I mentioned, I've got yellow squash in here that I bought in the refrigerator here. And it sounds like it's not quite boiling yet. I bought a lot of yellow squash for two reasons. One, to get through the rest of this week, and here's the yellow squash I bought, and to have some left over for next week too. So I'll arrange this all here in the sink, throw this away, and I'm going to get out a cutting board. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my rice in a pan here where the water starts to boil over. Put it on top of that. Turn that down to a simmer, and I'll get my, I don't have my kitchen timer in here, so I'll use my microwave and say 60 minutes. Now, that's got a while to cook, and in the meantime, I'm going to get out a plate here and some paper towels here. You can use fancy kind of paper towels, or you can use the cheap kind of paper towels. The cheaper brands, either one. Alright, here's my cutting board, which I'll use later to cut up this yellow squash. So, I'll show you how I do it. Again, my obsessive compulsive disorder kicks in, and you'll see, try to turn that water down a little bit. I just take some dish soap, maybe this is right, maybe this is wrong, I don't know. I try to get these vegetables as clean as I can. I don't know. Is that enough? Was that too much? I'm not sure. But the point is to get these clean. And let me just say, if there are any chefs out there, or chefs, I'm not really sure of the plural of chef, but chefs or chefs, anyway, and you see something that I'm doing that looks silly, which is likely, or just wrong, please send me a message and tell me, give me a better tip on how to do this. Here's yellow squash number 2. I'm sorry. Let's see, get that up there so you can see it here, and then back to another side. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. You think, well, do you need that many squash? Yeah, in my case I do. And I'll be explaining why later on. I mentioned it before that you know, I'm going to have most of it for this week, and then I'll be putting, after I cook it, I'll be putting more of it in the freezer, so I can have it for next week, and you'll get a better idea. Here goes squash number 3. You'll get a better idea of how my particular food prep goes. This is important whenever you decide that you want to get active, you want to lose weight, become more physically fit, whatever. Food prep and the food consumption is actually more important than the workouts, because you can work out 8 hours a day. Nobody really does, unless you're a professional athlete. But you can work out practically 8 hours a day, but if your food, you know, is not healthy, you're never going to lose a pound. And while your cardiovascular system may improve some, you're not going to feel ultimately the way you want to feel by beginning a workout program. So some people say, well, you don't have to exercise to get healthy. You can just modify your diet so that you're eating a more healthy diet. And that's true. There have been a lot of people who, for whatever reason, have injuries, have mobility problems. I'm currently working through back pain from an accident on a ladder or off of a ladder, and dislocated my sacroiliac joint. I had actually more pain in my back and my arm at the time, and after that healed, I continued working out, and then noticed my back pain, but a fair amount of time had passed in between, so I didn't associate the back pain with the fall from the ladder. At that time, I'd gone to a few doctors and eventually found one who let me know that my sacroiliac joint was out of place and started on treatment. But to get back to the point, yeah, it's true. You don't have to exercise to lose weight or get healthy. You can modify your diet enough and eat at the right times of day so that you can lose weight and feel better. Just let me say this about exercise, though. People that don't exercise are missing out, and there's really no other way to replace this. they're missing out on the neurological impact that exercise has on the body, the neurological benefits of the workout on the body. When you exercise, you get what's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Okay, that's dopamine, serotonin. Let's see, dopamine, serotonin. Anyway, I'm blanking on the third one. Norepinephrine. There it is. Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. Those chemicals are released from your body when you exercise, and that's what, when you see people and they feel good coming out of the gym after they've just, exhausted themselves for half an hour or an hour, whatever it is. You ask them how they feel. Oh, they're tired, they're worn out, but they feel so good. How's that possible? It's because of the neurological effect of the exercise on the body. Now, as I mentioned before, you can get healthy, you can lose weight just through diet alone, but you're missing out on the neurological things that happen by exercising. And just to put it simply, feeling good is what you miss out on. Sure, you have muscle soreness, but there are techniques to reduce or eliminate muscle soreness whenever you exercise, no matter what kind of exercise it is, even if it's just walking around the block. This morning I did, because of my back and because I'm trying to re-strengthen my core, I did something which is simple. I did the 3-week yoga retreat, which is on Beachbody on demand, because I am a Beachbody coach. I use those programs. That has come a long way in helping me with my back pain, and especially after my doctor yanked my leg back into place. So anyway, my core was weak because I had stopped exercising because I just couldn't move. And let me say this, my eating habits, I let them go. I was going through the thought process of, what's wrong with me now? Because I'd had hypothyroidism, which I'll in another post I'll go into that and how serious it was. But because of this back thing, I couldn't move at all, and I thought, boy, what's going to happen to me? And I got down a little bit, to be honest with you. It's hard to stay up and motivated all the time when you can't move. So I let my diet go. So this is, I guess you can look at it as, this post having two purposes. It's to show you what you can do with your spare time as far as food prep, and to let you know that, even though we might get down because we have physical disabilities, whether they're temporary or permanent, you have to find that motivation. You have to find that, and there's no time frame on it. I mean, even though I had the back pain, continued to try to work out because I missed that neurological effect that I talked about before. I really missed it, and I wanted to get back to it. So every time I would try to work out, I could go for a few days with the back pain, but I kept going to the point where I couldn't move anymore. It was so difficult just to get out of bed in the morning. You had to stand there and take a few breaths. Sometimes it was hard to just stand upright, to be honest. And anyway, I missed the neurological effect, and I wanted to get back to it. So after the doctor realigned me, I wanted to get back those neurological effects. I wanted to start back to working out, and that is what I did. And the good feelings I had from that put me back into the mindset of, because I wasn't down anymore. It made me realize I've got to get my nutrition back on track again. So that is why I'm preparing the rice now, washing the yellow squash now, and this is in between my working though. I just want you to know, I don't do this every day. I don't have this kind of time every day, but you fit things in when you can. If it's a priority, if losing weight, if feeling better is a priority, or you want it to become a priority, then these are the things that you have to do, just as an example. Anyway, that took, I'm not sure, maybe 15 minutes or so. I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, this yellow squash is done. Let me show you. Yellow squash is washed, and I'm going to set it over here to dry. Now, I'm not going to cook it today because I don't have time. I'm going to go back to work with my laptop while I've got 46 minutes left on the rice. So I'm going to be working while the rice is cooking, and then after that I'll be putting it in containers, and maybe I'll be able to show you that too. So anyway, this is just an example of some of the things you can do food prep wise. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you have any comments about things that I can improve with washing the yellow squash or preparing the rice, please let me know. I'm always open to suggestions for better food prep. So anyway, this is Dennis McKay with Mobile Fitness Solutions and Beachbody Coach signing off. See you later.